Salve discipuli, and welcome to week 2 of our distance learning extravaganza. So if you're tuning in, you are probably in 5th grade Latin, and this is our lesson for the week, okay? So pretty much the video content, all right? We're going to review the noun endings, we're going to review adjective endings, and then we're going to review some verb endings, okay? And then we are going to go through some sentences and mark them up together. Your job, while I do all of that, is to fill in the worksheet with me, meaning don't go ahead and be sure to listen to what I'm saying to you, okay? If you need to pause, go back, re-listen to it again, please do so. That's the beauty of videos, okay? So fill in the worksheet with me as you watch and listen to this video. All right, what I might suggest is having a notepad on the table next to you so that you can write down some questions that you can have about anything grammar related, or if you're not sure about something, please just ask. I totally don't mind. I need to know what you don't know, so I can help you. All right, and if you would like to email those questions to me, you may do so at this email address, okay? You can also have a parent help you with that. All right, and your job also is to complete the homework assignment given at the end of the video. If you would please submit this homework assignment to me, okay? A picture is totally fine, by Friday, March 27th at 11:59 p.m., okay? That's the absolute latest. I need to get this homework in. It counts as your attendance for the week, okay? If I don't get it, you weren't here for the whole week, okay? That's definitely not good. All right, and again, if you have any problems, questions, or concerns, email me. I'm around, I'm here, okay? So let's get on with the lesson. You're going to need a copy of that worksheet that looks like this with all the pretty colors on it. Yay! All right, so what we're going to do first is we're going to go over these endings. If you want to pause me right now and see if you can fill in what you know, and then we'll go over it. That might be a useful tool for you to kind of review and see what you need to relearn or re-review, okay? So here we go. I'm going to go through and put the endings in. Let's use the color, well, the shade black. Okay, so it's easier to see. All right, so same as our songs. I, arum, is, as, is. Okay? Then we've got us, I, o, o, I, orum, is, os, is. Okay? Now we've gone on to our second declension neuter noun endings. I, o, o, a, orum, is, is. Okay, and finally our third declension masculine feminine. You've got ex, is, I, e, es, ibus, es, ibus. Okay, now if you guys would do me the honor, let's sing our chant, since I haven't had the chance to see you and you guys haven't had the chance to practice it. I'm sorry for my voice, but here we go. A, E, A, E, A, M, A, E, A, R, U, M, I, S, A, S, I, S, 2. Now the first declension's through. Now we're on to number 2. U, S, I, O, U, M, O, I, O, R, U, M, I, S, O, S, and I, S, 2. U, M, I, O, U, M. O-A-O-O-R-U-M, O-R-U-M, I-S-A-I-S. That's the neuter second declension. Wah, wah. X-I-S-I-E-M-E, E-S-U-M-I-B, U-S-E-S-I-B, U-S, third declension endings. All right, I have to say, I missed that song. I hope you guys sang that with me. And I hope your parents all looked at you like you were crazy. That's always the fun part about these. All right, so those are your noun endings. Now, before we went on this little hiatus, we went over adjectives. Now remember, adjectives modify nouns. Okay, adjectives give you more information about nouns. And there are two kinds of adjectives. All right, you've got your first and second declension adjectives, and you've got your third declension adjectives. Okay, now usually when you see a first or second declension adjective, it's listed as masculine, feminine, and neuter. Okay, right? Because the adjective has to change itself so that it can match with the noun, which the noun is unchanging. The noun cannot, flip-flop around like that. So let's go through and fill in our adjective endings. Okay, you've got U-S-I-O-U-M-O-I, O-R-U-M, I-S-O-S, and IS2. Okay, so those are your masculine adjective endings. All right, feminine are I, arum, is, as, and is. Okay, and your neuter endings are I, o, o, aurum, is, is. Okay, now, if you're sitting there thinking to yourself, oh wow, those feel awfully familiar, you are correct, because if you notice, these feminine endings here are the same as your first declension feminine endings. These masculine endings here are the same as your masculine endings over here. And your neuter endings here are the same as your neuter endings over here. Okay? I know it's a little funny that they're kind of switched around, that they have masculine first, then feminine, then neuter. That's just the way it is. Okay? That's the way that the dictionary will put your adjectives for you, and that's the way you should know them. Okay? But that doesn't change the order of your first declension, second declension, and second declension neuter noun endings. Okay, so just know noun endings and adjective endings, they are separate things. Okay, they're related, but they're separate. Okay, now this might be a little bit more new for you. We've got our third declension adjective endings. All right, so the masculine, feminine ones are pretty similar to the ones you've seen before. But the third declension neuter ones are a little tricky, so just bear with me here. Fill these in together. Okay, is, e, em, e, es, ium, ibus, es, ibus. Okay, and your neuter is e, is, I, ia, ium, ibus, ia, ibus. Okay, so those are your adjective endings. Okay, that this whole second chart that we just did together, those are adjectives, and there are two types. There's your first and second declension adjectives and your third declension adjectives. Okay, there are two types of adjectives, and that's it. All right, And don't worry, this is going to be useful information later, I promise. All right, and just as a quick review, we're going to do our verb endings. All right, since we haven't done them in a while. Okay, so st, mus, tis, and nt. Okay, we've got bom, bas, bat, bamos, batis, and bant. And we've got bo, bis, bit, bimus, bitis, and bunt, because they don't like int, so they make it unt. All right. So that is, that's that. What we're going to do now is we are going to do some reading. Sorry, let me put that on airplane mode so nobody bothers us. Please make sure you have these verb endings written down. We're not going to really use them today. Today we're just going to be focusing on the present tense because the objective here is to get you comfortable with using adjective-noun pairs. Okay? So that's what we'll be doing. So if you could turn the page, all right, if you notice on the left side of your sheet, I've given you vocabulary help, okay? All the words in these sentences are listed here, and I've even categorized them for you, so you can kind of see what they are doing. Nope, that's not what we want. We want to view as a single page, okay? So that's the overview of what we're looking at, and it's been alphabetized as well. So we are going to go right ahead and start our markup. Okay, remember, first things first, when you see a Latin sentence, you want to read it all the way through to the end, okay? And you want to kind of figure out what you can before even trying a translation. All right? So what we're going to do for 1 through 10, we're going to mark them up. We're going to read them out loud first, of course. Then we're going to mark them up, okay? And then I'll tell you further instruction as we go on. Alrighty, number 1, okay, and this is going to be the awkward part. I'm going to pause, so you have to read them out loud. Please say these Latin sentences out loud. Get used to tasting the Latin, okay? Taste it. It's awesome. Alright, so number 1. Regina pulchra in ioriam gravem dat. Okay, and in that awkward pause, I hope you read it out loud. Okay, always, always, always practice speaking your Latin, please. All right, now, first things first. When looking at a Latin sentence, you have to find the verb, because it's super important and it'll help you figure out the rest. Okay, so usually, most typically, the verb can be found at the very end of the sentence. Okay, and in this particular instance, your verb is dot. Okay, now dot is singular. It's third person singular. So we need a singular nominative subject noun. Do we have that? Yes, we do. It's Regina. Okay, but look at this. Regina is going right next to pulchra. Okay, they have the same ending. Okay, Regina is a noun and pulchra is an adjective. Remember, the noun always comes first, the adjective comes after. Like in English, it's blue dress, but in Latin, it's dress blue. Okay, in Spanish, I believe it's also dress blue, right? The noun first, then the adjective. Okay, so this has to be a noun-adjective pair. This is your subject noun, okay? It's a unit. All right, now, ioriam and gravem are the only 2 words left in this sentence that we haven't dealt with yet, okay? Now, if it ends in am, em, or um, am, em, or um, it's usually accusative, all right? And we know that our accusative is used for direct objects, okay? So ioriam, your noun, is definitely an accusative direct object. But wait a second. It's right next to grałem. Okay? Now, could that be accusative? It's an adjective, right? And it means heavy or serious. Okay, grał is grałe, but it's a third declension adjective. So let's go up and look at our third declension adjective endings. Okay, do you see em anywhere? Ah, yes we do. It's right here. Okay, and that's accusative. All right, so they're both accusative. They're both feminine. They're both singular. This is your direct object. It's a unit. Okay? All right, so that's your markup for the first sentence. I'm going to let you go ahead and translate it. You can pause me. And then we'll move on to number 2. Okay? Number 2. Please repeat after me. Serva nobilis casam antiquam amat. Okay, and remember, first things first, you gotta find the verb. All right, so, and the verb is usually at the end. All right, amat looks pretty promising, excuse me. Okay, and it's singular. Now, that means we need a nominative singular subject noun. All right, the case ending helps here. Okay, so we've got nominative is for subject noun, and accusative is for direct object, in case you forgot. Okay, so our nominative subject noun, serva, yeah, that's definitely nominative. But wait a second, Magistra, that is ending, that doesn't look like serva, it doesn't really look like it matches. Ah, but wait, if we look, okay, nobilis, nobile, is a third declension adjective. And let's take a look at our third declension adjective chart. Okay, zoom right in. Okay, do you see is in the nominative? Yeah, we do, right here. Okay, so absolutely, these two things can go together. All right, they're both singular, they're both feminine, and they're both nominative. Okay, so this is your subject noun unit. All right, now casam and antiquam, that one's a little bit of an easy giveaway. All right, those endings match. It's a noun adjective pair, so those definitely go together. Okay, so S-N-D-O-V. All right, you can go ahead now and write out your translation underneath if you wish. Pause me, and then we'll move on to sentence number 3. Okay, so sentence number 3. Please repeat after me. Aquam grauem filia parva portat. Good Latin, and I hope you're saying it out loud. All right, and first things first, always find the verb. Okay, and the verb is usually at the end. Portat, that's a good bet. That's probably your verb. All right, it ends in a T. Okay, T is third person singular. Okay, and lest we forget. All right, that's this guy right over here. Yes, right here. Okay, so that's third person singular, and it matches right here. Okay, so that's how you read that chart. Righty. So we have our third person singular, which means we need a singular subject, right? Because your verb and your subject noun have to match in number. Otherwise, it just wouldn't make sense. Do we have a nominative singular noun here? Ah, alas, we do. 'Tis philia. Okay, philia. All right, and if you need a review of your noun endings, see the first page. They're there. Okay. Now it's going right next to parva. That's kind of a giveaway. These two definitely go together. This is your subject noun unit. Okay, which leaves us with aquam and grauem. Okay, and remember I told you if it ends in am, em, or um, it's probably accusative. It's a good bet that these two things go together as your direct object unit. Okay, because remember, even though the endings don't exactly look the same, they do in fact match if we go back to our third declension chart, right? Okay, there's that em again, all right? That's accusative and that's singular, so that's totally okay. All right? So you can go ahead now, pause me, and write down your translation for sentence number 3, and then we'll move on to sentence number 4. All right, so sentence number 4, we're going to read it. Repeat after me, please. Nauta fortis filiam levem portat. Good. Okay, first things first, find, verb. And the verb is at the end. Okay, you've got portat over here. Right, it ends in a T, and that's singular, which means you need a singular nominative subject noun. Do we have one here? Alas, we do. Okay, it's here. All right, now it's going right next to this fortis, right? Fortis is an adjective. Can nauta and fortis go together? The answer is yes. Okay, we're going to go back to that chart. Whoopsie daisy. All right, see, there it is. Nominative, singular, and masculine. Okay, that's totally fine. Okay. We're actually going to turn the Wi-Fi off too. Alrighty. So this is your subject noun. All right, and filiam and levem, those do definitely go together. They're your direct object unit, okay? So that's your markup for sentence number 4. All right, and remember, when you translate, do not just go from left to right. Latin is not like English. You kind of got to rework it a bit, okay? So start with your subject noun, then translate your verb, and then translate your direct object, okay? Pause me, write down your translation, and then we'll move on to number 5. All right, sentence number 5. Puella dulcis agricolam difficilem portat. Okay, I hope you repeated that out loud. Please, please, please practice your Latin. All right, now, first things first, find your verb, and it's over here. Singular, okay? Now, do we have a nominative singular subject? Yes, we do. Okay, it's ending in an A over here, puella. All right, and it's right next to dulcis, okay? Can they go together? Yes, they can. Subject noun. All right, and if you're not sure about that, go back to your third declension adjectives chart and look in the nominative. Is is an option? Yes, it is. Okay, so that can go together. All right, and once again, you've got agricolam and difficilem. These two things go together. All right, they match in gender, number, and case. All right, so that's your direct object unit. All right, so go through and please mark that. Write out your translation below and pause me. Then we'll move on to number 6. All right? Number 6. Please repeat after me. Cassam communem agricola pulcher intrat. All right, first things first, find the verb. All right, so this is your verb here. Okay, now you know what I'm going to ask, all right? You're probably getting the hang of this. If you've got a singular verb, do you have to have a singular subject? Yes, you do. And what case do you need for your subject? You need nominative. Do we have a nominative singular here? Oui. Okay, it's agricola. And it is going with pulcher. Okay, that's your subject noun unit. Alrighty. Okay, and quick side note, for those of you, who are interested, okay, agricola is one of those pain nouns, so even though it looks like a feminine first declension noun, it's actually a masculine first declension noun, which is why it's agricola pulcher and not agricola pulcra, right? Because if it's agricola pulcra, the gender doesn't match, and therefore they can't go together. Okay, so subject noun. Now, cassam communem, All right, it ends in am and em. All right, those are both accusative endings. They're both feminine, all right, and they're both singular. So they match in gender, number, case. Ha. All right, so please write out your translation for number 6. Pause me, and then we'll move on to number 7. Okay, number 7, please repeat after me. Occupat regina mala familiam nobilem. Okay, and just so we know, we have to find the verb. But wait a second, it isn't at the end this time. Aha! You tricksy little person, you. It's at the front. Okay, remember, Latin word order is a little wonky, so it could be anywhere at any given time. All right, so you have to pay attention. That's why we have our endings, to help us figure out what the words are, because word order is not really going to help us that much. All right, so occupat. That's your verb. We need a singular nominative subject. Do we have one? Yes, we do. It's regina. Okay, and this one's a little easier. Okay, it's right next to mala. They have visibly matching endings. Okay, so they match in gender, number, and case. This is your subject noun unit. Okay, and we've got familiam and nobilem, both accusative, both feminine, both singular, direct object. Okay, so please go ahead and translate these sentence, pause, and then we'll move on to number 8. Okay, number 8, please repeat after me. Serva gravis insulam difficilem spectat. Awesome, awesome. Okay, I hope you guys are saying your Latin. Alrighty, so first things first, find the verb. Alright, the trick is over. It's back at the end again. Okay. Ends in a T, which means it's singular, which means you need a nominative singular subject. Do we have one? Yes. Okay, serva. And it's going right next to a nominative singular feminine adjective. So that means that's your unit here. All right, so then in the sentence we've just got insulam and difficilem left. All right, they are both accusative, they're both feminine, and they're both singular. It's your direct object. Okay, so please go ahead and translate number 8. Pause this video, and then we'll resume with number 9. All right, we're in the home stretch here, guys. We're making good progress. Okay, so number 9. Please repeat after me. Fortunam gravem occupat nauta antiquus. Okay. Hope you read your Latin. I will know if you didn't. I'm just kidding. But please read your Latin, though, for real. That would be super helpful for you now and down the line. Okay, so first things first. Find the verb and, oh, tricksy again, 'tis. Smack dab in the middle. All right, and it ends in a T, which means it's singular. What do we need now? Come on, I know you know this. All right, yeah, you need your singular nominative subject noun. All right, and where is it? Nauta. It's a good guess. All right, and it's right next to a nominative, masculine, singular adjective. Excuse me. Okay, so nauta antiquus is your subject noun. Now, I'd like to draw your attention. Remember, similarly to agricola that we saw in number 6, okay, nauta is a first declension noun, but it's one of the pain nouns, okay? So that means it's looking like it's feminine, but it's totally a masculine noun, which means it needs a masculine adjective. So you couldn't say nauta antiqua, okay? Even though the endings look like they match, they don't. Okay, you've got feminine and masculine. Doesn't match. It has to be nauta antiquus. Okay? So that's that. And what's left is fortunam and grauem. All right, they're both accusative, singular, and feminine. They're your direct object. Okay, so please go through, translate number 9, pause this video, and then we will move on to our last sentence. Yes, just stretching. Number 10. Okay, please repeat after me. Aquam communem filia portat. Okay, first things first, find the verb. Okay, and it's singular. So we need a singular nominative subject noun. Do we have one? Yes, we do. Okay, but let's look around in the sentence. Do we see anything else that could go with filia? Not really. Okay, because aquam and communem, those are accusative, so those have to go together. Okay, so filia is just a plain old noun on its own. There's no adjective to go with it this time. Okay, so that's your markup. Please translate this one. And that's the way the cookie crumbles. All right, so as I said at the beginning of the video, please, please, please submit this homework to me. Okay, I need to see that you did your markup. I need to see that you did your translation. And I need to see that you filled in your endings here. Okay, I want to see both sides of the sheet. Please submit it to me. You can either email it to me at, as I said before, sslade@gcali.com, okay, or you can post it. A picture of the homework is totally fine, like a cell phone picture, all right, totally informal. I want to see that it's done. I want to look at what you did, okay? And remember, this counts as your attendance for the week, so you need to have this done. It is due by no later than Friday, March 27th at 11:59 p.m. Otherwise, I totally will not accept it, okay? We need to be on time with stuff. All right, responsibility is important. All right, so I hope you and your families are staying safe. I hope everybody's well. I miss you guys, and I will talk to you soon. Walete discipuli.